say thank you so much for coming today, especially on a Thursday at 12:30 for the Westfield Topanga Village. What an honor to have you here as Sony is introducing to the entire world the new Sony Z series, ultra high dynamic range, 4K, ultra HD TV. This is a moment of history today, absolutely. So without further ado, I'd like to say, first of all, welcome. I'd like to introduce to you the chairman, the president of Sony USA, Mr. Mike Fusillo. Mike?
Thank you, Tom, and thank you for that promotion for chairman. Well, it's a great day for Sony and a great day for Video Audiocenter. As Tom mentioned, this is the worldwide launch of Sony's best ever television series. We call the Z series. It is the ultimate in viewing experience, and we're going to demo it for you in a few moments. But it really takes the best of all qualities into one great television. 65-inch, 75-inch, and coming soon 100. And you can only buy it today, right here at Video Audiocenter. So please, take out your wallet and enjoy your life. Before I turn it over to Joseph, I believe, you might be wondering, why would Sony do a worldwide launch of its best ever televisions at Video Audiocenter? Well, the reason is actually quite simple. Because they know how to take care of the customer, whether it's pre-sale, during sale, or post-sale. The customer experience is of the best you'll ever find, and the quality and the viewing experience of Sony is the best you'll ever find. So what a great partnership together, and I want to thank Joseph and Meyer and Tom and all of the Video Audiocenter staff for doing such a great job pleasing the customers. So thank you very much. Let's have a great time, and let's all watch some Sony television.
Thank you, Mike, for the kind words. We've been selling Sony for the past 35 years, from day one, and we really believe in the quality of the Sony, and we're committed to Sony to brands or product whenever they have something new coming, and we're honored again to introduce the first bold Z series of the Sony family, which comes in 65 and 75 inch. And again, Mike Fusillo, the president is here, Robbie Duncan is here, the rest of the Sony executives are here, you, the press, the customer, you're the one which really empowered me to go and promote the brand as far as possible, and really every time we introduce a brand, the quality of the brand in our business, the whole world take advantage of our bringing the technology into the market. Again, thank you for all coming, and thank you.
I understand you have a special toast. Yes, right over here.
And we decided to toast to Dom Perignon, to the best TV we believe is in the market. So, thank you, Tom.
I know the press isn't allowed to drink while I'm doing, but we can make exceptions here.
Do we have to throw it on the floor and break the glass?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Mike, to you, to Sony, to Video Audiocenter, and Just One Touch, our installation team, congratulations. How about a hand for them, okay? Now I'd like to introduce to you, he just got a promotion, the Chief Senior Product Manager of Sony, Philip Jones. So,
I like how every time I come here, Tom gives me promotion. Like, he's going to call me, what's the new title right now? Chief Technologist. Well, like I said, I'm blessed to come and actually show these new products to consumers. This is the first time that consumers have had the opportunity to see this set. And let's talk about the purpose of this set. There's a saying that it's not just about pixels, it's about better pixels. When you look outside a window, there is more detail, there is more color, and there is more contrast. And the goal is to get as close to that as possible. We want to show you, there we go, what the creators intended for you to see. So the first thing is, I have to give you deep, rich blacks with shadow detail. But I also have to give you more brightness. And people say, well, why do you need more brightness than what I have right now? It's not to blind you. It is to give you richer colors. Think about Ferrari in the shadows and Ferrari in the sunlight. The more brightness you have, the more colors you can recreate in reality. So things like diamonds sparkle, gold shimmers, neon looks like neon, colors are saturated like you see in the real world. This TV utilizes a new technology called Backlight Master Drive. And what this does is this allows us to precisely control the backlight, unlike any other LCD TV, to give you inky OLED-like blacks with high brightness. So what do? Well, the first thing is, regardless of any LCD TV, there are lights behind the screen or along the edge. The problem is controlling those lights to turn them off and turn them on. You need a lot of them to give you contrast, so we increased them. The next thing we did was we focused the light. So there is no bleed between a bright area and a dark area. And by increasing the density of the lights, we can give you really, really bright scenes with stars and highlights right next to inky black scenes. So it looks almost OLED-like. The next thing is, we also wanted to give you more precise control. Most LED TVs, even if they have a whole bunch of LED lights behind them, they're grouped into zones, a bunch of them. If you look in this store, there's a whole bunch of lights in this store. But I turn them off in zones. You notice the Sony zone is turned off. So while there's hundreds of LED lights in here, they're only divided into 4 or 5 zones. What if every single one of these lights was on its own dimmer switch? Think about the control you have over your brightness and your contrast. That is what's in this TV. But in order to control that, we need a bigger brain too. So this TV also utilizes our new processor called the X1 Extreme. It is the smartest, most powerful video processor ever placed in a consumer product. The goal is first to control that black backlight system and also do a really good job up converting your SDR, your standard content, to high dynamic range. You're paying a premium for a high-end television set. You should be able to utilize its capabilities on everything you watch. You watch old DVDs, we can upscale it to 4K. You watch 4K content, we can convert that to 4K high dynamic range. So you get that detail in the shadows. You get the sparkles of the lady's dress behind me. It looks like you're there. So by adding a new backlight system and a bigger brain, this is a new class of TV which we call the Master LED. So I would rather show it to you than talk about it. So we're going to go through and we're going to play all types of content. We're going to play HDR content to show you how rich the colors are. We're going to play content like this, which is standard dynamic range. If you're looking at this on Netflix or YouTube, this is what it looks like. You don't have to have fancy content to take advantage of the power of this television set. So let's do some demos. Tom?
Philip, thank you so much. Do we have any questions right now? That we're going to do individual interviews. I know we got the BBC here. NBC is here right now. We have Joe King, by the way. Joe, thank you for being here. Just to mention, Joe is a legend, that's right, in the industry. And Joe, do you mind if I kind of say what we talked about? That you're going to be using the Z9 series for your studio, right?
We're currently putting together a UHD test and demonstration materials disc. It's being done in Europe. It's being produced in Europe. And it's our intention to be able to see the program on the Sony set prior to finalizing the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What an honor.
He said, okay, what happens is we're talking about the fact that we're involved in all aspects of 4K HDR for Blitz living room. So not only are they looking at for TVs, they're also utilizing Sony cameras for some of the material. And then also they're using, I think you guys have a BVMX 300 reference master monitor for the critical grading. The purpose of this TV is to provide the customer with the best picture possible, but we also have another use for it. When content creators create content, they use a mastering monitor. And that mastering monitor can reproduce shadow detail, colors, brightness that a normal TV cannot reproduce. But once they get that Blu-ray down to where they think it's ready for prime time, they need to look at it on a consumer TV to make sure that what the artist saw is what you're going to see at home. And that is the goal of this TV, is to be that TV when you go into a grading studio, after they look at the Sony mastering monitor, which is the reference standard for HDR, they look at this TV to make sure that it's ready for prime time.
No, you're so right. And of course, as you were saying, that the consumer technology is becoming the professional technology as well. The same set in your home is what they're using in the movie studios, which is fantastic. But enough, I want to thank all of you for being here. We're going to set up individual interviews. I know the BBC is here. They want to talk to you as well. I see the reporter back there. NBC just arrived. And I want to thank all of you for being here. Any questions you might have of any of us, Robbie, Mike, Joseph, myself, and of course Philip, our new chief product manager of the Sony.
Chief product evangelist or chief product technologist or some fancy thing with a long title.
I love it. We have drinks and refreshment here as well. Thank you so much. Any questions whatsoever? Thank you for being here. Miko, where's Miko Brando? Where's I just saw Miko. Is he here? Miko. Where you at? Come on up here. I love this guy. Hey, how about a hand for Miko? Miko, how many years have you been buying from Video Audiocenter?
Probably 35 years.
You must have been 6 when you bought from us.
7.
You know, it's amazing because we have had celebrities such as yourself, and God bless your father and your family. Michael Jackson was also a major customer of Video Audiocenter. But Miko, I understand you're thinking about getting a new TV. What brand?
This one, the Sony Z.
What do you think after you saw Philip's demonstration?
I want 2.
There you go, Joe. Hey, I want a hand for it. Okay, we're going to round them up right now. Thank you, everyone. It's going to be a phenomenal day today. Thank you so much for being a video. Miko, don't go